But the bird flew away and lighted on a goldsmith's house, and began to sing, "My mother she killed me. My father he ate me. My sister, little Marlinchan, gathered together all my bones, tied them in a silken handkerchief, laid them beneath the juniper tree. Kiwit, kiwit, what a beautiful bird am I." The goldsmith was sitting in his workshop making a golden chain, when he heard the bird which was sitting singing on his roof. And very beautiful the song seemed to him. He stood up, but as he crossed the threshold he lost one of his slippers. But he went away right up the middle of the street with one shoe on and one sock. He had his apron on, and in one hand he had the golden chain and in the other the pincers. And the sun was shining brightly on the street. Then he went right on and stood still, and said to the bird, "Bird," said he then, "how beautifully you can sing. Sing me that piece again." "No," said the bird, "I'll not sing it twice for nothing. Give me the golden chain, and then I will sing it again for you." "There," said the goldsmith, "there is the golden chain for you. Now sing me that song again." Then the bird came and took the golden chain in his right claw, and went and sat in front of the goldsmith, and sang, "My mother she killed me. My father he ate me. My sister, little Marlinchan, gathered together all my bones, tied them in a silken handkerchief, laid them beneath the juniper tree. Kiwit, kiwit, what a beautiful bird am I." Then the bird flew away to a shoemaker, and lighted on his roof and sang, "My mother she killed me. My father he ate me. My sister, little Marlinchan, gathered together all my bones, tied them in a silken handkerchief, laid them beneath the juniper tree. Kiwit, kiwit, what a beautiful bird am I." The shoemaker heard that and ran out of doors in his shirt sleeves, and looked up at his roof, and was forced to hold his hand before his eyes lest the sun should blind him. "Bird," said he, "how beautifully you can sing." Then he called in at his door, "Wife, just come outside. There is a bird. Look at that bird. He certainly can sing." Then he called his daughter and children, and apprentices, boys and girls, and they all came up the street and looked at the bird and saw how beautiful he was, and what fine red and green feathers he had, and how like real gold his neck was, and how the eyes in his head shone like stars. "Bird," said the shoemaker, "now sing me that song again." "Nay," said the bird, "I do not sing twice for nothing. You must give me something." "Wife," said the man, "go to the garret. Upon the top shelf there stands a pair of red shoes. Bring them down." Then the wife went and brought the shoes. "There, bird," said the man, "now sing me that piece again." Then the bird came and took the shoes in his left claw, and flew back on the roof, and sang, "My mother she killed me. My father he ate me. My sister, little Marlinchan, gathered together all my bones, tied them in a silken handkerchief, laid them beneath the juniper tree. Kiwit, kiwit, what a beautiful bird am I." And when he had finished his song he flew away. In his right claw he had the chain and in his left the shoes. And he flew far away to a mill. And the mill went, clip clap, clip clap, clip clap. And in the mill sat 20 millers' men hewing a stone, and cutting, hick hack, hick hack, hick hack. And the mill went clip clap, clip clap, clip clap. Then the bird went and sat on a lime tree which stood in front of the mill, and sang, "My mother she killed me." Then one of them stopped working. "My father he ate me." Then two more stopped working and listened to that. "My sister, little Marlinchan." Then four more stopped, gathered together all my bones, tied them in a silken handkerchief. Now 8 only were hewing, laid them beneath. Now only 5, the juniper tree, and now only 1. Kiwit, kiwit, What a beautiful bird am I. Then the last stopped also, and heard the last words. Bird, said he, how beautifully you sing. Let me, too, hear that. Sing that once more for me. Nay, said the bird. I will not sing twice for nothing. Give me the millstone, and then I will sing it again. After this, Marlinchen came into the kitchen to her mother, who was standing by the fire with a pan of hot water before her which she was constantly stirring round. Mother, said Marlinchen, brother is sitting at the door, and he looks quite white and has an apple in his hand. I asked him to give me the apple, but he did not answer me, and I was quite frightened. Go back to him, said her mother, and if he will not answer you, give him a box on the ear. So Marlinchen went to him and said, Brother, give me the apple. But he was silent, and she gave him a box on the ear, whereupon his head fell off. Marlinchen was terrified, and began crying and screaming, and ran to her mother, and said, Alas, mother, I have knocked my brother's head off. And she wept and could not be comforted. Marlinchen, said the mother, what have you done? But be quiet and let no one know it. It cannot be helped now. We will make him into black puddings. Then the mother took the little boy and chopped him in pieces, put him into the pan and made him into black puddings. But Marlinchen stood by weeping and weeping, and all her tears fell into the pan and there was no need of any salt. Then the father came home, and sat down to dinner and said, But where is my son? And the mother served up a great dish of black puddings. And Marlinchen wept and could not leave off. Then the father again said, But where is my son? Ah, said the mother, he has gone across the Kutari to his mother's great uncle. He will stay there a while. And what is he going to do there? He did not even say goodbye to me. Oh, he wanted to go, and asked me if he might stay 6 weeks. He is well taken care of there. Ah, said the man. I feel so unhappy lest all should not be right. He ought to have said goodbye to me. With that he began to eat and said, Marlinchen, why are you crying? Your brother will certainly come back. Then he said, Ah, wife, how delicious this food is. Give me some more. And the more he ate, the more he wanted to have. And he said, Give me some more. You shall have none of it. It seems to me as if it were all mine. And he ate and threw all the bones under the table, until he had finished the whole. But Marlinchen went away to her chest of drawers, and took her best silk handkerchief out of the bottom drawer, and got all the bones from beneath the table, and tied them up in her silk handkerchief, and carried them outside the door, weeping tears of blood. Then she lay down under the juniper tree on the green grass. And after she had lain down there, she suddenly felt light-hearted and did not cry any more. Then the juniper tree began to stir itself, and the branches parted asunder, and moved together again, just as if someone were rejoicing and clapping his hands. At the same time a mist seemed to arise from the tree, and in the center of this mist it burned like a fire. And a beautiful bird flew out of the fire singing magnificently, and he flew high up in the air. And when he was gone, the juniper tree was just as it had been before, and the handkerchief with the bones was no longer there. Marlinchen, however, was as gay and happy as if her brother was still alive. And she went merrily into the house, and sat down to dinner and ate.